This gladiator was offered freedom 4 times and turned it down every single one. His name was Flamma, born in Syria, captured as a soldier, dragged across an empire in chains. Thrown into the Roman arena, he was expected to die quickly, but instead he became a storm the crowds couldn't ignore. In Rome, a gladiator could earn a wooden sword called the rudis, a symbol of freedom, a key back into the world of ordinary men. Most gladiators begged for it. They fought for it. They bled for it. But Flamma did the unthinkable. He rejected the rudis, not once, not twice, 4 times. Why? Because in the arena, Flamma became something he had never been before. Admired, feared, respected, even by the empire that enslaved him. Over 34 brutal fights, an insane number for any gladiator, Flamma carved his legend into sand and blood. He survived steel blades, broken bones, roaring crowds, and the cold stare of emperors. And every time his skill earned him freedom, he pushed it away. The Romans were stunned. A slave refusing freedom was unheard of. But Flamma moved like a man who had already made peace with death, and that made him unstoppable. Some said he fought with the confidence of a man protected by the gods. Others whispered that he wanted to die in the arena, because anything less would be unworthy of the warrior he had become. When he was first offered the rudis, witnesses say he stared at it in silence. A thin wooden sword trembling in the hand of an official, and simply lowered it back down. Not out of arrogance, but because his story, his purpose, his glory was not finished. Every time he stepped into the arena, the crowd erupted. Flamma! Flamma! They chanted his name like a god of war, and every time he walked out drenched in blood, sometimes stumbling, sometimes barely breathing, but never defeated. Until one day at the age of 30, his luck finally ran out. But here's the truth. The crowd didn't mourn a slave. They mourned a champion, a warrior who chose a path no one understood, because he valued glory over freedom, purpose over safety, and immortality over survival. Flamma didn't live long, but he lived fearlessly, and that is why, 2,000 years later, his name still echoes in history like the roar of the Colosseum.